What is alliance, I hear you asking? A multi-collective strategic alliance between proven champions for development of repatriation resources at home and abroad.
And if you want to know what Exodus Alliance Radio Show entails, the Exodus Alliance Radio Show includes ongoing production of repatriation and development-focused content that enables members of the diaspora to access viewpoints, opportunities, and options within the communities in which the Exodus Alliance operates. The Exodus Alliance Radio manages mass information for the purpose of driving interest to the operations of the Alliance, as well as protection of the image, views, and reputation of Africa and Africans in global media.
Great. So we're at the Learn to Speak segment of the show, where we introduce the variety of beautiful African languages. So here we are introducing you to the beautiful language of Twi, the most common spoken language in Ghana, as Ghana has a variety of languages, whether it's Ga or Ewe. They have a vast amount of languages in Ghana. But Twi is the most common spoken out of the Kan people. So here is some beautiful greetings, phrases that you can use as African diasporians to get you started on your African journey. Here we go.
Akwaba. Welcome. Mechiawo. I greet you. And in response to Mechiawo, you say Yanana. Acknowledgement to an elder. Yaija. Acknowledgement to an elder man. Yaina. Acknowledgement to an elder woman. Yanua. Acknowledgement to a sibling or somebody of your own age group. Yaoba. Acknowledgement to a child. Wahoto say, how are you? Or Etise, Wagwan, what's up? Mehuye, I am well. Or Eye, I'm good. What didn't he say? What is your name? Medindi. My name is Ane. Yes. Debbie. No.
So coming up next is the video segment of Sister Ya in Ghana of the SRAP or Sankofa Repatriation Assistance Program. She currently has a construction company with her husband and her family who assist in the purchasing of land and building of homes of African diaspora. So enjoy, and we'll be right back.
Are you in search of litigation-free land that already has access to electricity and water? Do you need a reliable contractor to build your beautiful dream home here in Ghana? Then if so, Ankama Premium Company is for you. Easy payment plans available. Contact us for further details. Hi, I'm Tanya Sophia Ankama, co-founder and vice president of Ankama Premium Company Limited. I'm also an official agent for Eclamont Ventures. Here we have 540 acres of virgin land for sale, 50 kilometers from where the new international airport is going to be, 10 minutes drive from the Shy Hills Resource Reserve.
My name is Mohammed Al Hassan, the CEO of Eclamont Ibn Hassan Ventures. This is a vast land, about 540 acres land. The measurement is 70 by 100, litigation free. We have pipe here, we have electricity. Everything here is intact. The road is very, very nice with a cost of 25,000 Ghana cedis. I'm the lead land officer for Eclamont Ibn Hassan Ventures Limited. And we are here to actually demarcate the land into pieces of plots. To be honest with you, the land is a very beautiful land, very flat.
I'm telling you guys, it's not going to be this price for very long because the land in this area, the value is rising up rapidly. So you want to come on in, get with me immediately so we can help you get your land. It's a wonderful asset for you to own here in Ghana. Thank you. I am Tanya Sophia Ankama, affectionately known, somebody said infamously earlier, but I'm not claiming infamous. Affectionately known as Sister Ya to most of you here. We call this meeting to address some very important issues that you all need to be aware of in the community as diasporans returning home to Ghana. One being the Homeland Return Act. I know quite a few of you don't even know anything about it. We want to talk about that proposed legislation that has been presented and being worked on in Parliament that partially deals with our return and issues, making it streamlining our process for citizenship and making it faster and supposedly. So we want to talk about that. We want to talk about issues that have arisen with dealing with residency. That's why I really need a mic because my voice will keep going down. And the issues that have come up dealing with getting residency. There are some things that you all need to know about and that our brothers and sisters who are looking to come need to know about. And also, we're going to give a little bit of history on the current issues dealing with citizenship, what has happened and where are we now. And also a little bit of information on a project that we're working on that will help those of us who are trying to start businesses and what we need to do to support each other in that endeavor for our economic survival. As you know, coming here, you've got to have a way to support yourself. So we have some ideas about how to do that. And Brother Tyrone will talk about that. We have Brother Yao here. He's going to give that background information. Also, we have in the process of registering the 126 Plus movement, which will be an NGO. The paperwork is pending with the registrar's office. And it is going to be a lobbying effort, a lobby group that we hope you all will support. And even some of you hopefully come work with us as part of the lobbying group to deal with our issues with government. Okay, with that being said, I'm going to hand the floor over to Brother Yao.
Good morning, everyone. I am infamously known as Brother Yao. I'm inspired to see all of you here. I just met a brother who's been here 2 weeks. I just met him, and it touched me that so many of us are coming here. Some of us have been here, but we really don't know where to go. He just by accident was able to be here today. So I really want to touch on, this was an urgent meeting because how many of you guys know about the Homeland Return Act? Show of hands. Show of hands, yeah.
Wow, only what? 6-7 people total. Let's see.
Okay, so it's a draft policy that is going to affect all of us here and many of us in the diaspora.
All right. We're here with Sister Tiffany.
Hi.
Sister Tiffany, we are standing outside Ghana Immigration. Y'all can see here. Y'all can see Ghana Immigration. Sister Tiffany is a happy client of Sankofa Repatriation Assistance Program.
Very happy.
Today we have successfully completed her packet and got it submitted and paid. So she is approved. She just has to come back sometime in September to pick it up.
Yeah.
So say a little something to the people about your experience with Sister Ya Sankofa Repatriation.
Well, first of all, I want to say Sister Ya is a little godsend because I got a visa on arrival and I didn't get a sticker. So then they were trying to make me pay for another visa. So she came with me to the airport and waited with me so they could give me a sticker, and came back and we paid and everything was good. She knew exactly what to do. Like, I was a bit distraught, but she knew exactly what to do with everything. So I really appreciate her. And if you're trying to come to Ghana, please contact her. Please.
Right. So just a quick note, for you came here from Tanzania, so a lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
And so what is, in your opinion, is it easier to get residency here in Tanzania, or?
I think it's easier in Ghana because Ghana is more of a repatriation assistance friendly country, as opposed to different countries like, for example, Tanzania has a lot more restrictions when it comes to the visas and residency. I believe it's about 4,000 US to get residency over there, and over here in Ghana, if you don't let anybody scam you and you follow everything, you should not pay more than 170 US dollars.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I appreciate
that. Because we have to get a national ID card, which is $120, and then the residency permit itself, which was the equivalent of about $50.
Right. So
yeah. So.
Altogether, it shouldn't be more than 200 US.
Right.
Yeah.
And you didn't have to pay for the services. You need to let them know.
No, Sister Ya is literally like, she's a true definition of what a sister should be. Because there's a lot of people that are charging people $1,000 for Ghanaian residency, and some people don't know that you should only pay less than $200. So Sister Ya, literally, today, I'm the only person. Yeah. She just came with me today out of the goodness of her heart. There's not many people in the world left that are like her, genuinely. So this is just amazing, and she plans events every week or every month for repats. Like, we just had the pool party, and then the young repats gathering at Boti Falls. So it's amazing. And
can you explain the importance of having those events? Were you doing things like that in Tanzania?
Right.
Yeah, talk about the difference in the repat community here versus, how you felt over there.
Right, so the importance of these is to make sure that when people leave Babylon and they leave wherever they're coming from, that they're not just going into isolation, because you can move to any country in the world, but it's all about the community that you get when you're over here, or when you're over wherever you're at. Right. So people like Sister Ya that help with residency and that have the housing, that have these events, it's very important because community, that's why we're moving to Africa, we're moving to Ghana, because it's all about the community. You can, like I said, you can move anywhere, but that community is what really keeps you, that's what makes a home. Yeah. It's not just the house or the location, it's the people.
Yeah.
So,
I really felt, some kind of way, happy, but sad at the same time, because I didn't know some of the young people were really struggling. Because Sister Tiffany is only 20, and there we have people here who are like 21, 22, 19, very young. And one of the brothers at Boti Falls told me that before I started doing these events, and trying to galvanize the youth to be with each other and to support each other, he said he was really thinking about just going back.
Yeah, and that's why I was saying, like, a lot of people think that, people go back to the US or the UK or Canada because we miss westernization, and so that's not the truth. Like, some people genuinely are really lonely. Yeah. Like, loneliness is one thing. Some people get depressed because of how lonely they are. They can't relate to anybody.
Yeah.
So it's great that they have left Babylon, but they don't have anyone to relate to, and it's just a really lonely feeling. So I really appreciate community like this, and this is what makes a home.
Right.
This is really what makes a home.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, again, family, we have had another successful day at Ghana Immigration. Thank y'all for checking in, checking the video. And now we are calling it a day. It's been a long day. We've been here since, what, 9? And now it is, what, 2?
Yes, it's,
Yeah,
2.
it's after 2:30, but these are my days when I come to Ghana Immigration. I already have it in my mind. When I leave my house, I'm going to be here for a while, but I stay until the job is done.
Exactly. Exactly.
All right, family. Peace. Y'all take care. Next time.
So let's just dive into the meat of the interview with our lovely sister Ya down there in Ghana.
So greetings, everyone. My name is Kenya Malenke Mansaray, and I am joined today with my co-host, Sister Nahanda, and we have a special guest today. Many of you might know her. She's been around for a while. I've been connected with her for over a decade on Facebook, and I'm just happy to introduce Sister Ya. Can you just tell the audience a bit about yourself?
Yes, thank you both for having me here today. But yes, my name is Tanya Safir Unkma, and I'm originally from Mississippi. I'm the descendant of kidnapped and enslaved Africans who were forcibly removed from the continent centuries ago and recently returned. Educationally wise, I have a Juris Doctorate in law, and I was a practicing attorney in the state of Tennessee and in the U.S. Virgin Islands. I don't practice now because I live in Africa. I am married. My husband's Ghanaian. I am the mother of 5 biological and 1 bonus child, my husband's child, who lives here in Ghana. And the grandmother of 3. My husband and I have a construction company here, as well as we ship things from the States, primarily cars and sell and stuff like that. We are currently, building houses, and we help people find litigation-free land here in Ghana. I am also the founder of the Sankofa Repatriation Assistance Program, which is an organization I started to help people, get settled in when they're coming back to not just Ghana. The goal is to be in multiple countries, but right now, Ghana, because we're small and new. But that's me. That's who I
am. Well, welcome. And you're part of the Exodus Alliance, along with myself, Chief Ode, Brother RJ, Sister Aaliyah, and then other organizations. Can you tell us a bit about the other organizations that's a part of the Exodus Alliance, including your own?
Well, the UNIAACL, which really needs no no explanation. Right. And then SOAD, which is State of the African Diaspora, which is a borderless government that was created to represent the Africans of the diaspora, around the world within the African Union, to represent our interests, needs to the African Union, as part of the 6th region. A lot of people don't know that there is a 6th region within the African Union that includes us, the diaspora. So the SOAD, State of the African Diaspora, is the government, the borderless governmental body that we have to represent us within the 6th region. And then RJ has 2. There's 2 companies out of Sierra Leone, which is in there, which is Made in Africa Project in Al-Kibalan City. Of course, and then there's your project, Basani, and
Basani.
yeah, yeah. So that's the six of us.
Yes, and that's actually part of the media platform that was created specifically for the Exodus Alliance. And again, I am happy to have you here. I've been connected with you on Facebook for over a decade, and when I met you, you were already on your African journey. Can you tell us all where did it start?
Yes, I was practicing. I was a criminal defense attorney in Memphis, Tennessee, and I met. I wanted to start locks. At that time, I had perm, and I wanted the perm out, and I wanted to go natural, and so I went to this salon, and this couple that owned the salon, this natural hair salon, they had been traveling to Ghana, and that's all they talked about. They loved Ghana so much. And inside the shop, they would play videos, from recordings from their trip to educate people coming into the shop, dispel some of the notions and negative perceptions that our people have about Africa. So in going there, I built a friendship with them, which lasts to this day. We are friends, and they're actually here in Ghana with me now. So, but I became fast friends with them, and then just in being friends with them and just hearing about Ghana, they really sparked this interest in me. So I just started researching, and wanted to know so much about Ghana. And then I ended up moving to the U.S. Virgin Islands to practice law there as an assistant attorney general. And it was from there that on one of their trips, they were going to Ghana. And I said I wanted to go too. So I made the trip to Ghana with them for the first time. And that was in 2010. And then I went back again because I actually met the person who is currently my husband. He was in Ghana. And then so I went back again in 2000. I want to say it was 11. I went back in 2011, the following year. And then I moved there for 2 years in 2013. From 2013 to 2015, I lived in Ghana. And then came back, was in the States with my husband because he had come to the States then. So, and then I've been going back and forth, and now I've come back to stay, and I've been back for a year.
Give thanks, sis. Give thanks for that. At any point, did you want to explore the rest of Africa or any other countries to see if you felt comfortable there?
I still do, but in terms of living, I want to explore and visit. But in terms of living, it'll be Ghana because my husband doesn't want to live in any other African country. So in terms of living, it'll be Africa. But yes, the goal was to be able to travel during the breaks that because I have a child still in school, a school ager. So the goal was when he was on break to go, check out some other countries, stuff like that. But COVID has thrown a monkey wrench into that.
Okay.
And right now I'm sitting still. You know how the old people say, peace be still. So I'm just being still, being quiet, and to see how this COVID thing is going to pan out. But the goal is to ultimately travel and go to other countries. My eldest child, who's 31 years old, he's been to Morocco, he's been to Kenya, Tanzania, Rwanda, South Africa. He's been around, Zanzibar. So I'm a little envious of him, so I got to catch up.
Right.
Sister, you don't look nowhere near any age to be having any
Right.
31-year-old child. I'm still trying to get
I
over that piece,
agree.
but okay.
It's
We'll
the
take your
melanin.
word for it.
Right. Say
It's
that.
the melanin,
I
melanin,
hear you.
melanin.
I hear you.
Yes.
I hear you. But in your time of being there, in this year, even though we are in this particular time, there has been still a lot of repatriation going on. Um,
Oh, yeah.
who would you say is the predominant people coming over? Is it single people or families?
Mm.
Both.
Okay, why do you think that? Single men,
Honest.
women, or either one?
Uh, I would, based on my experience, it's kind of even. There's a lot of single people, there's a lot of families, and then there's a lot of mothers, women with children.
Children.
Okay.
hmm But also families, husbands and wives with their children.
And they're coming from mainly the States, all over. What's the dominant place in the diaspora?
A lot of them from the United States, but they're coming from the Caribbean too. And we got a lot from the UK, a lot from the
Okay.
UK and the Caribbean. Jamaica is one of the number one places a lot of are coming from, but I've met quite a few from Trinidad and Tobago. You know, a lot of people at this point, Canada, a lot from Canada.
Okay.
Wow.
I would say Canada, between Canada and the United States, the most, but a lot of our people are coming from Canada.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Okay. And is there a general area that people are settling in terms of whether they're single or family? So are they more outside of Accra, or would you have a general idea of where people are going? So
They're
if I were
all over.
okay.
Honestly, they're all over. A lot of the younger single people tend to stay close to Accra because of the city life, nightlife, things like that.
Mm.
But um, the families are more concerned with going someplace where they can find nice, affordable
Okay.
schools for
Oh.
the kids.
So yes, Sister Yar, if a family wanted to come back and relocate, do you have any particular areas that that has affordable schooling and is conducive to family living in
Listen, all of Ghana is, far as I'm concerned, conducive to family living. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But there are good schools all over, all over in every neighborhood. You can find, a nice private school that is affordable. Um, you know, all of Ghana is family friendly, really. You know what I'm saying? So even if you're in Accra, in the city,
mm,
it's family oriented. It's you know what I mean? So
from that?
there's
Yeah.
no particular place. I like personally to stay closer to Accra because of the amenities.
Mm.
Okay.
It's easy access to things. And then also if you anybody gets sick, the better hospitals are in
Mm.
Accra, you know.
Okay.
So for those reasons, sorry, my dog. Those are the reasons that I like to stay around.
Well, speaking of schools, you made a recent post on Facebook talking about the school that your son attends and the overly religious tone of it. And I've seen that a lot here as well. So, can you please speak on that, especially for people that have young school age children that would like to come to Ghana and let them know what they expect realistically speaking? Because although they might tell you one thing, there's a whole nother practice going on. And, we just got to learn how to, be one with the people and try to figure out what it is that we're really looking for, especially with education, because the education might be one thing, and then the other things within might be another thing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people will
Yeah.
choose to go to private schools because the education level is a lot better than a government school or
Yeah.
something like that. So can you please speak on that?
Ghana is an extremely religious, indoctrinated country. Okay, and that's just
Yeah.
the reality of it. Christianity and Islam.
Yep.
And so and it is, even though the schools there are a lot of Christian schools, private schools, there are a lot of Islamic schools. Then there are a lot of private schools, but because the people themselves, the teachers, the administrators
Yes.
are heavily indoctrinated, even though it's not a Christian school or an Islamic school, they still infuse that into the school. You understand? So because that's part of who they are, their makeup. So it's a
Right.
lot of
Right.
prayer, worshiping, and Bible reading and all this stuff going on in private schools. And what I've had to do is from the beginning, because I know this is not the first time my children have gone to school here.
Right.
When I lived here in 2013, 15, there's a couple of things that I let them know from the beginning when I put them in school. One, I don't tolerate any corporal punishment. No one hits my child. That's first and foremost, because they will hit your kid, right? And you have to let it be known that if you hit my kid, I'm going to hit you. And so that is, you understand what I'm saying?
Right. Yes. Yes.
Uh-huh. Then number two, my child, we are not believers in what, we are not, that's not our belief. So I don't want my son to be forced to participate. I don't want him indoctrinated. If that's what y'all want to do, then he needs to be excused,
From those
if he
activities.
chooses, if he wants to go in there, I don't have a problem. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
sometimes he just wants to be with his friends, and
Yes.
that's where they are. But I don't want anybody trying to indoctrinate him into this belief system, because that's not our system. We don't believe it. You understand?
Right.
So I make those things clear. And even though you will tell them these things, they will say yes. They will say, okay. Your child will still come home and tell you that some teacher tried to convince them, something. You know what I mean? So it's a constant, ongoing thing. My son is old enough and intelligent enough at this juncture. He get him the blues when they come at him with, so they can't really indoctrinate him. You understand?
Right.
So,
I mean, his mama is
he stands on his square.
His mama.
Yeah,
So
he
of
stands
course he's
firmly
gonna
on
be
his
on
square.
point.
You know what I'm saying? When it comes to that, you can't. He can't be moved. He can't be, but you know what I mean. So you can't intimidate him with talking about hellfire, because he'll just laugh like there's no such thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
More power to the prince. More power to the prince.
Right. But what needs to happen is,
Go
we
ahead.
need more African-centered schools.
Yes.
We need more people coming over here, because so many of us are coming, and we really don't have any other option other than to homeschool.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
So we need more people to come over here and establish. But what's going to be the problem is it's going to be mostly diasporans in your school, because once parents find out that, because the parents themselves are indoctrinated, so everybody around you is indoctrinated.
Yes.
You understand? So even if you start that school, it's going to be a thin balance, because if you start teaching their children the truth, and they go home and tell their parents this stuff ain't real, then they're going to take their kids out of your school. You understand? Yeah.
So how do you I guess, because what I understand by, living here in Sierra Leone and Africa as a whole, that the children, being able to go into those schools and be social and have your peers and things, that's a very important thing in Africa.
It is.
So I can imagine how difficult it would be for a diasporan to come and just try to strictly home school. because you're taking a whole chunk of that social interaction and re-Africanization away from your child by eliminating.
Absolutely. There's been a lot of benefit. There's a lot of benefit to my son going to school because he's picking up on the language faster. You know what I'm saying? He's learning a lot of the other cultural norms and things that he wouldn't get if he just stayed at home and I homeschooled him. So me, I it's a balance. Like I said, so I'm not going to homeschool him. I want him to go to school. And I see benefits to him going to school and being around other children his age and to form relationships and bonds and things like that. So he'll grow up and be a teenager and he'll have friends that he went to 5th and 6th grade with. That's important.
It really is.
Yeah. So, but I just, it's like I said, for me, because my son is very firm, I don't have to really worry so much about the indoctrination. But what I do is I don't like them pressuring him. You know what I'm saying? Or talking. I've made it clear. So stop talking to him about it. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So leave
them.
They
have to respect it. Yeah, they have to respect it.
So Africa, as we know, is a beautiful place, but it has its challenges as well. So could you name 3 things that made you fall in love with Ghana, and then 3 challenges that people have to prepare themselves if they're coming to repatriate?
Okay, it's going to be specific to Ghana. The food is delicious.
Once I had a pineapple in Ghana, I couldn't turn back. I've never had nothing like it. It's the best thing in my life.
The weather. I love tropical weather. I love warm weather. So that, and then the people are very friendly, generally speaking. The people are friendly. So those are the 3 things I can say. Things that I don't like. A lot of people assume that we are rich just because we come from the diaspora. And a lot of people are expecting you, or they try to find ways to get money out of you because they think you have it. And so, you know what I mean? It's an ongoing daily thing of being on guard because somebody's trying to get money. You understand? All the time. That's frustrating. It's irritating. It's frustrating, and that's one thing I don't like. Let me see.
But what, still naming the things that you don't like, what other, could you also add 3 challenges that people would have to prepare their mind for when they're repatriating to Ghana?
Infrastructure. The infrastructure in Africa is not going to be what you're accustomed to. So if you have an online business and you need a computer, be prepared for that.
Okay.
The challenges of the internet, going in and out, and data is extremely expensive in Africa. I don't think people realize that. So in the States, you could just pay your $50 a month and you got internet for the whole month to the next month. But here you have to buy data. You have to constantly buy data. And when you're streaming, and it uses the data. So you spend a lot on the internet. Okay. If you are somebody who needs to be on the internet a lot, that's one thing. Lights, inconsistent with the lights in the water.
Yeah.
That's a real thing. You know what I'm saying? Healthcare, you have to be proactive with your healthcare because the last thing in the world you want is to get sick. Unless, we have good hospitals, the private ones, but they cost money. So, if you don't have that money, you should budget so that if, for an emergency situation to either be able to get on a plane and go out to get you some help, or go to one of the private hospitals that have better treatment, you know, because, and that's just the reality of it. So is that three things, or did I
Yeah.
only?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
that was a good roundup, really, you know, the good and the bad, for so that people can actually understand what they're going into, because a lot of people have this utopia view of Africa. They have this fantasy that when they come there, everybody's gonna like them, everything is gonna be this way. And it's good. You're gonna have a hard time if you don't prepare yourself, your mind first, and then, as Sister Yah said, prepare yourself for the energy going, the lights going out, the internet being high, you know, skyrocket. You know, we pay over $100 for some low level internet here per month. It's crazy. And
Yeah.
then also, the like you said, you always trying, somebody always trying to get you, you know, and it's the same here. And
Yeah.
I'm in a whole lot of different like international groups with people traveling and getting employment in different countries outside of Africa, and they tend to have the same problem, especially when you're an American. Everybody just see the dollar signs, they just think you just
Yeah.
automatically have it. And then a
Yeah.
lot of times, sometimes the locals are better off than you. They have a more solid foundation, and they have businesses, and then you're patronizing the business, and they try to up the price on you. You like,
Yeah.
wait,
Yeah.
you know, so you can't just look at me or hear my accent and just assume dollar signs, dollar, this is
Yeah.
my lucky day. And we combat
Yeah.
that all the time. That's one of the things that we
Yeah, it's
combat.
irritating. I'm talking from the taxi drivers to just
Yes.
it's everything. It's all
Mm-hmm.
constant bombardment of, as soon as you step out of your house, be prepared. Somebody's gonna try to get some
Yeah.
money.
Yeah, that's all. Be prepared for it, especially if you want to go back to Africa. You know, it's one of
Yeah.
the things you have to really, because that was one of my grumbles when I first got here. You know, I was like, wait, you know,
And I say,
you're not
listen,
just
if I give everybody money, who's
right.
going to give me money when I don't have any money?
No one.
If I
Really.
give away all my money, who's going to give me money when
Exactly
I need it?
right. And how am I recuperating the money? Because
Yeah.
sometimes the locals, they have local jobs, they got a whole, you know, family support system, that if something, we're diaspora, you know, Sister Yah, she's married to a Ghanaian, so she has, you know, that on her Ghanaian side, but really, you know, we're kind of trying to build from scratch. We're trying to make the friends, we're trying to be, you know, in, you know, have this relationship. So a lot of times they're better off, and they don't even see it like that. They're just thinking American and dollar signs.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the things I want people to understand about Ghana, which there seems to be a huge, I think, you know, people saw some people get citizenship. You can't just come here and get citizenship.
And
Those people got
citizenship.
citizenship by executive order. A lot
Yes.
of people are contacting me, or they packing up and they're like, oh, can you help me with citizenship? You can't just come here and get citizenship. You know, so I need everybody
Yeah.
to understand that you there's no country you can just show up and, you know, and say, oh, I'm here, I want a citizenship. And
No,
I think
there's
yeah, you know, even the countries that are doing it with a blood test, you know, with
there's
DNA.
stipulation. You're not just
Yeah.
walking in the door. You have to meet the requirements to obtain it. You know,
Yeah.
'cause that's
Right.
one of the things that we're involved in, and we actually pioneered it. You know, honestly, we were in the offices years ago before all of this wave coming. A lot of the people just getting their tests and coming. They got the funds to, you know, to meet the requirements and things like that, so they're coming. But they don't know the work and things that people put in behind the scenes, and you have to meet the requirements. You know,
Yeah.
it's not every test, not at this time. You know, a lot of people
Yeah.
are taking different tests and coming back with some Sierra Leonean in them, and it's not what it, you know, it's not going to make the cut. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you're right. Even with when I saw back in, was it 2019, a lot of the people who was granted citizenship there had already had it established and been there and things like that. It was getting like,
And
so
some
you're
people have
right.
been here
It
30
30
years, you
years
know, and more.
exactly.
So yeah, you can't, yeah. So get it out of your mind. Now you can come here and get residency, but one of the things, you know, because so many people are coming, they even, you know, the government is also trying to figure out things that they can do to make more money, which is irritating, you know. So on the one hand, you tell us, come home, welcome home, come home.
Yes.
And then when people start coming, then you start, you know, doing all this little stuff to get money, more money.
Putting roadblocks.
You know, it's not roadblocks. It's just you got to pay this much. You got to pay this money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and I'm anticipating, and I'm just gonna keep it real. I'm anticipating that eventually next year sometime, because now they make the COVID test part of it. The COVID test is now just to get residency, which I don't understand. You took a COVID test before you left. You took a COVID test at the airport when you got here. You know, you get to be here for 60 days. You've rented a house. You live here now. Why do you need to take a COVID test just to apply for residency? You understand what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense, but that's a requirement now.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. It's like the cost to become a resident, it keeps going up, you know. Now they just recently said that they're going to start making people do a physical, a medical exam. You know, this is immigration. Yes, just for residency. So it's like, and that one is like 1,100 Ghana cedis.
Wow, what is
you know? So I'm honestly, I'm getting disappointed with a lot of things here in Ghana, the way that they're doing things. You know, but I can't leave. You know.
Yeah, that's home.
I'm here. Yeah, it is what it is. You know, there is some legislation that they're working on to try to speed up the process and to make becoming a citizen easier for us, because as the law is on the books now, you got to be a resident for nearly 10 years before you can even apply for citizenship.
Okay.
But and I think people like me who are married to Ghanaians is less than that. I think it's 5. But but they're trying to reduce, like, married people who are residents. They're trying to reduce that to like 2 years.
Okay.
And then the one for regular people who are not married to Ghanaian, they're trying to reduce that time. But there are a lot of things that they're not addressing. And so we're forming a lobby group to lobby them and to help them include some things that we feel like we need, you know. For example, when you come here and register a business, if it's just your business in your name, you're going to pay more money to register because you're considered a foreigner. But how can you say we are foreigners when you say we have a right to return? And it's a lot of little things that they don't. I don't know if they're not paying attention to it or what, but it was like, come on. So, you know, for me, it wasn't a big deal because when I registered business, I registered with my husband. My husband's a Ghanaian. Right. You know what I'm saying? But other people, who, you know, otherwise you would have to basically give a Ghanaian 51% of the business for it to be a local business. You understand? And a lot of people they don't have those type of relationships with anybody to be doing that. You know what I'm saying? So we have a lot of work to do in terms of getting protocols and getting things in place for the return of our people. There's a lot of work that still needs to be done.
Wow. So Sis, what do you have planned for 2022?
Well, my husband and I are really trying to finish our house we're building, and then I want to get our businesses, you know, our private businesses really, really going, because you know, my husband doesn't want to stay in the States. He's there, he works there. I mean, he's here visiting now, but until we get our businesses really thriving and going, you know, then he can leave there and come back here. So
Okay.
Because basically no one wants to be in the States. You are there out of necessity. You don't want to be
Yeah.
there. You know what I mean?
Yes,
So,
exactly.
yeah. So those are my personal plans. To really get the things that we're doing going, because I'm ready for my husband to come and stay. Not be
Okay,
back
man.
and
It's
forth
that's
to
one of the hardest parts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Being away from your husband, that's your better half, and I
yeah,
can imagine how stressful that is. So
yeah.
you know, I'm rooting for you guys because y'all
Thank
need to
you.
be. It's almost like when y'all switch places. Like he was there,
Yeah.
you was there. I was like, man, that's
But one of us has to be here
yeah,
in order to grow the businesses.
right, exactly. I agree.
Hmm.
And what do you see the next year coming in terms of repatriation? Do you see the numbers continue to grow, or do you think it's going to steady out with the
A lot of
restrictions
people
that are
are
in place?
coming and running away. This is what I've seen personally. People are running away from the West because of all of the mandates and the requiring people to inject things in their bodies that they don't want. So
But with that
this
said,
has
Ghana's put these restrictions in place. Do you think it's not going to last very long, or do you think that's going to impact how people come back home?
I think it's going to impact, because I've been getting a lot of calls and a lot of people are very frustrated and upset. And I think a lot of people are going to start looking at other countries. They are disappointed in Ghana right now. A lot of people are very disappointed in Ghana. So they're considering other places, whereas Ghana was number one on their list,
Yes,
and now, it's not anymore. So,
right.
So do you think Ghana will
those
overturn it through that
there
impact?
currently is litigation on the matter.
'Cause
So
I personally think it's a seasonal thing. I think they might overturn it and say it's a seasonal. It was just for the season because they're going to see the impact. That's what I'm praying for.
well, yeah, I mean, that's what we're hoping.
Yeah,
But listen, none of us are in these back
government.
meetings with
Yeah.
these leaders and know what really is,
Hmm.
because it doesn't make sense for us here anyway, because we don't have a COVID problem. So that's why,
Right.
it was
Hmm.
so like nobody here is. We have more people, literally, and I'm not exaggerating. We have more people who died from road accidents in Ghana
I
than who
can
have died from
believe
COVID.
it. Yeah,
In the
yeah.
first quarter of this year, we had more people die on the highways and roads of Ghana than have died in all of since COVID came out. You understand
Hmm.
what I'm saying?
Wow.
So it doesn't make sense to us that for us, that's a state of emergency. This
Mm,
Hmm.
situation with the
Hmm.
roads and the highways.
mm,
Hmm.
mm,
Even with
I don't.
malaria
Yeah,
is a big thing. People dying like flies from these type of diseases, but they're treating COVID like it's, you know what I'm saying? Like you're saying,
yeah.
there's a state of emergency in different areas that can be focused on. But like you said, you're not in those offices, you're excluded. And then a lot of times they're getting aid and things and funding and from different sources that they have to impose these type of stipulations on the travelers. And
Yeah.
people just have to figure out where they want to be, what can they deal with, but once
Yeah.
you're there, you home.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's the situation. It's going to be interesting. 2022 is going to be very interesting. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, like me, I told you,
So
I'm sitting still. I'm not moving. I'm going to just watch and see what happens.
Okay, good.
so your husband just came. Did he have any issues getting into the country after all of these different, was he able to come in smoothly? Okay.
Yeah, we didn't have any problems.
That's good. That's good. So
Sometimes some things are about who you know.
right. And that is the one thing that you have to understand in Africa. You're right. You're right, because a lot of issues you might have as just a regular person that don't know people, but when you know people, you're able to, make things
Move
happen.
different. You can move differently.
Exactly, way different. So, I don't, Sister Nahanda, do you have anything you would like to ask Sister Yah before we conclude?
No, thank you. It's just been a pleasure to connect with you, and we look forward to the future works. And yeah, we just give thanks for the work that is being done. Um, in general.
Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies. It's been a pleasure talking to you
Yes,
all. I hope
same
to
here.
come back.
Same
We can
here.
chop it up
Yeah,
again sometime soon.
Definitely,
absolutely.
definitely.
How can the people contact you who would like to reach out to you?
My email is admin@sankofarepat.com. ADMIN at SankofaRepat.com. Sankofarepat.com. And I'm also
Okay.
on Facebook as
Mhm.
Sankofa Repatriation Assistance Program. Just put it in there and it'll reach me there. Also the same on Twitter and Instagram.
Okay. Well, thanks again, and we look forward to having you on again, because you have a whole wealth of information and different topics that we can really discuss. So I'm looking forward to the future.
All
Definitely.
right, no problem.
Okay, thank you. Peace and love,
All
y'all.
right.
So there has been a massive football tournament in Africa by the
Yes.
name of
The African Cup of Nations.
African Cup of Nations. We are going to be honest with you, brothers and sisters. It is not
Yeah.
our forte at all. We
Not at
supported our
all.
brothers. We did support
Yes.
them, but nothing. We don't know who the best goal was. We don't know who man of the match is. We know nothing. But we know our brothers won in Senegal. Rise up.
Woo!
So we want to rise up the kings of Senegal. We want to rise up the country of Senegal. And yeah, we look forward to hearing about the many, many celebrations that's been going on and how that
Yeah.
will definitely attract Africans to, different things attract us to the continent sometimes. And just showing solidarity in something as simple as football is definitely one of them. So yes, many people will be coming just off the back of football, because we are always different things attract us. So, my partner Shakara, he'll be coming down to Sierra Leone, and he's hopefully going to have a brief visit in Senegal if time permits. But yeah, it definitely brings people to the continent. But with
Yes,
that
I
said,
agree.
you would definitely be bringing people to the continent, won't you?
Yes, we will. We actually have a couple of tours that's coming up. We have, of course, our citizenship conferment, where we assist those who have African ancestry DNA certificates proving that they belong to one of the tribes here. So we will be doing our next conferment tour this upcoming April. And we have another tour that we're going to be doing in April that's going to be transitioning into May, which is a dual country tour, or two or twin country tour, as we call it. We're going to be doing 7 days here in Sierra Leone, and we're going to be doing 7 days in Liberia, packed with cultural heritage, because this year celebrates the 230th year since the founding of Freetown, and the 200th year since the founding of Liberia. And as you know, these are sister countries. Only the colonial borders that they drove through only separates them. So we're going to celebrate the heritage, the culture of our African diaspora ancestors who came back to found these countries, starting with the Africans from America, and then the Africans from the Caribbean. And we can't forget about our brothers and sisters who were rescued off of the slave ships on their way to the West that was intercepted and came and settled here amongst our people as well. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to Brother Shaka Rock coming. I know that him and Chief are going to have a whole lot of work ahead of them
A
because
whole lot of
they
work.
are part of, first of all, you guys are members of Basani, and then you're members of the UNIA ACL as well as myself and Chief. So we're going to have a lot of work to do
Yeah,
when you visit.
And beautiful sunshine and beautiful African people and beautiful African food. We have to know that the
Yes.
work and the enjoyment is one. They go hand in hand. So
Yes.
I am still equally jealous of all the beautiful work that he'll be doing.
Another thing is March 11th, March 11th, March 11th, 1792 is the founding of Freetown. So I'm not sure when Shaka Rah will be here, but if he's going to be here, we're going to be having a medical mission trip happening around that time.
Oh,
We're
wow.
going to be celebrating the 200th. It's going to be a lot happening. So he's going to be coming at a really good time. April is going to be crazy, but next month is a really good time. It's going to be packed with community activities, history, culture, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm looking forward to it.
Also, is the government put anything in place to honor these celebrations and to commemorate?
Yes.
Okay.
Last month, I believe it was mid-January, January 15th, celebrated the first day that our ancestors set sail from Nova Scotia to Sierra Leone. So from January 15th until March 11th, when they landed, they docked. So they announced that they're going to be doing some activities. I believe 7 days of activities from about the March 7th to about the 13th or 14th. They're going to be doing a whole week of activities. So we're definitely going to be involved in that. We're going to be attending and supporting and just ashaing our ancestors for allowing us to, allowing them to actually come and settle and creating this place that we're in today. So I'm just really excited about that.
And that's why this platform is so important, because your people like yourself and Chief, you're there on the ground to give the different perspectives, but to also inform and educate the masses of people about these important landmarks, because a lot of the time people don't know, we don't really know our history in full, but also to even know the importance of, you're in an important time of the year, important time of the month. This is what's happened in our world history. So we give thanks for the fact that you two are there to able to report all these very important milestones in our history. So we give thanks. Very exciting. I look forward to all the footage.
Yes, exactly. That's what part, I'm looking forward to as well. So being able to just capture it and allow those who are not able to attend be here in spirit through us, and just be able to capture that and just put it on a bigger platform so everyone can, and be engulfed in the African ancestral repatriation, which is the purpose of the Exodus Alliance radio show, the Exodus radio show. That's our main focus, so that we can make sure we have realistic expectations and images of Africa, because we've been bamboozled for so long. We really don't know what to expect. And this is the real deal.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we give thanks. We thanks everybody for watching. You can catch us on our YouTube, our Facebook, and any other social media, Kenya?
Well, no, I think it's just our YouTube right now and Facebook. We're going to be setting up our IG, and that is just Exodus Radio Show.
Give thanks, brothers and sisters, for tuning in to a powerful show, and just dipping your toe, I should say, into the Exodus Alliance radio show, where we'll be continuously showing you the beauty of Africa, repatriation, and brothers and sisters who is taking that magical journey, and how we can just help and support, network and connect. Any last words, Kenya?
I just want to tell our audience to please make sure you like, comment, and share. Let everyone know about the Exodus Alliance Radio Show. And you can follow us on our YouTube and Facebook platform at Exodus Alliance Radio or Exodus Radio Show. Thank you.
Right.